Now, a fresh flashpoint has emerged in West Asia's fragile ceasefire landscape after United Arab Emirates blamed Iran for its proxies for a drone strike near the strategically critical Barakah Nuclear Power Plant. The incident triggered a fire outside the facility, raising a global alarm over the risk of attacks near civilian nuclear infrastructure. Now, while UAE authorities confirmed there was no radiation leak or damage to reactor operations, the strike has intensified fears of a wider regional escalation. The attack comes amid stalled Iran war ceasefire talks, with US President Donald Trump warning Tehran that the clock is ticking. The fire broke out near the Barakah nuclear plant in Abu Dhabi's Al Dhafra region, home to Arab world's first commercial nuclear energy facility. Now, the UAE officials described the incident as a dangerous escalation, though they stressed that the reactors remained safe and fully secure. Baraka is one of UAE's most critical infrastructure projects, supplying nearly 25% of the country's electricity needs. Built with South Korean assistance, the multi-billion-dollar facility is central to Abu Dhabi's energy diversification and climate strategy. 3 of Baraka's 4 reactors are already operational, while the 4th remains in its final commissioning phase. Now, the incident drew immediate international attention because even limited disruption near nuclear infrastructure can trigger fears of radioactive contamination and environmental disaster. Modern nuclear plants are built with multiple safety systems, but experts warn that attacks on surrounding infrastructure, including cooling systems, power lines, or backup mechanisms, can create unpredictable risks. The International Atomic Energy Agency has repeatedly cautioned that nuclear facilities must never become military targets. The geopolitical shockwaves were felt immediately in the global energy markets. Oil prices jumped more than 2% on Monday, and as traders reacted nervously to rising tensions in the Gulf and fears of further disruptions in the region's energy infrastructure. The spike reflected growing concerns that attacks targeting critical facilities in West Asia could destabilize global oil supplies and shipping routes. India also reacted sharply to the development, where the Ministry of External Affairs has called the strike unacceptable and warned that it represents a dangerous escalation in an already volatile region. New Delhi urged all sides to exercise restraint and return to diplomacy immediately. India's concern reflects not only its strategic partnership with the UAE, but also its growing cooperation with Abu Dhabi in civilian nuclear energy. Now, why India is concerned is because in 2024, India's Nuclear Power Corporation and the Emirates Nuclear Energy Corporation signed a major civil nuclear cooperation agreement focused on technology, operations, and future investment. For India, Baraka is not just a UAE energy asset, but a part of a broader strategic and economic partnership in West Asia. The latest incident has once again exposed how drone warfare and precision strikes are reshaping modern conflict zones, with civilian infrastructure increasingly caught in the crossfire. And with the ceasefire negotiations showing little progress, fears are now growing that even a limited escalation around nuclear facilities could trigger far wider geopolitical consequences.
Oil prices extended gains on Monday, hitting 2-week highs as efforts to end the US-Israeli war in Iran appear to have stalled. That comes after a nuclear power plant in the United Arab Emirates came under attack, and as US President Donald Trump is expected to discuss military options in Iran. International benchmark Brent crude climbed around 2% to over $110 a barrel in Asian morning trade, with US oil seeing similar gains. Emirati officials said they were investigating the source of the strike on the Barakah Nuclear Power Plant. They added that the UAE had a full right to respond to what they called, quote, terrorist attacks. Saudi Arabia, which intercepted 3 drones, also warned it would take all necessary measures to prevent any attempt to violate its sovereignty and security. Last week's talks between Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping ended without an indication from the world's top oil importer that it would help resolve the conflict. Meanwhile, Axios has reported that Trump is expected to meet top national security advisors on Tuesday to discuss options for military action regarding Iran.